Yeah, I can't find that video, guys. So again, thank you for joining me tonight. Yeah, I can't find the video. I'm gonna continue to look for it, but it was a really interesting theory. Now he said he had proof of it, or rather, when you research it, you can find proof of it. But I remember saving it though, but I just don't know where to. No, not there either. I thought it was on Instagram. Apparently, it wasn't. But it was pretty entertaining, to say the least. Let's see. I got one more spot to try. Fucking YouTube is all right. Thank you for the 5x5, Joseph and WTC. Appreciate it as always. Brian Bushpick, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it. Keith Bushpig, Sean, thank you for the 5x5. Angry Romanian Prepper, thank you for the 5x5. Rat, thank you for the 5x5. Cult, thank you for the 5x5. Video of what? The neutrino thing. I could have sworn I had it in here. But I don't. Yeah, I thought I had it, but I don't. And I forgot where I saw it. It was like one of those things, you see so many, reels, you forget where the hell you see them from, and it bothers me when I have that problem. Nope, that's not it. I'm gonna try one more place and see if that's it. Oh yeah, here it is. All right, so the massive earthquake in Myanmar was no natural disaster. It's time to expose what really been happening since 2011. This guy video I downloaded. I will put it on Rumble tonight so you guys can get a look at it. I saw that video on ScrewTube. Yeah, it's a 3-minute video. White guy, red hair, beard, excuse me, and black hat talking about. He says there's an ice cube neutrino observatory in Antarctica, and it's called a neutrino-driven explosion with neutrino. He moves his fucking big ass head out of the way. I can see it. Right, so they have neutrino. Give me a second. They have neutrino and the explosion. Neutrinos, which are weakly interacting particles that produce a large quantity during a collapse, carried away a significant amount of energy. And it's that the roles of mutons. Mutons are heavy versions of electrons and their creations in a dense matter of the collapsing core that has a significant impact on explosion mechanism. Then they're talking about the softening state of an equation and faster contraction and or luminosities. But they talk about neutrino-driven explosions. In the core collapse supernova scenario, a massive star collapses under its own gravity, forming a neutron star. The collapse generates a shock wave that propagates outward, but initially, and it stalls. Again, this guy's video was talking about the Myanmar earthquake and that, and I thought it was interesting. So I will put this video on Rumble for you guys to take a look at. I thought it was pretty interesting information. Not saying I wholeheartedly believe him. I'm just saying that it's interesting he pointed that out. Neutrinos can pass right through Earth, right? Yes, they can. But there's a machine that can harness the neutrinos. Just thought it was interesting, that's all. Do not shoot the messenger. Angry could always make a buck on his shirt. What shirt? This is not my shirt. This is by Ranger Up. It's a company called Ranger Up. As you just said about billions of neutrinos passing through your body without you noticing. But again, I find it interesting that they have all of this technology and they've been keeping it a secret for a long fucking time. You know, like they don't tell us any of this shit. But as far as things getting worse goes, as the video or the live stream is titled, yeah, listen, they're not getting worse, but things getting better. It's being sarcastic, right? Don't worry, it gets better. Everything that we're going through right now, guys, it's undoubtedly going to get a little worse. It almost has to. A lot of things need to be scratched and destroyed and then rebuilt again. Neutrino collector sounds perfectly safe. Yes, man, it's harmless, dude. Aluminum foil protects you from everything. Sure would. But do you like Deadpool? I thought the last Deadpool was really good. All right, hold on, Lorif. Let me look up the correct definition for you, so I can sound like a nerd too. Hold on. Neutrinos. It's going to give me the AI definition. Neutrinos are elementary particles with no electric charge, very little mass, and are often called ghost particles because they rarely interact with other matter, passing through it with ease. They come in three types or flavors: electron neutrinos, muons neutrinos, and tau neutrinos. Are produced in various cosmic events and processes. Again, this machine was able to harness these neutrinos. So whatever they built, they're able to harness them. But yeah, that's the whole thing with neutrinos. Neutrinos have no electrical charge, making them neutral particles. How did they even find these things? Who sat there and goes, neutrinos, let's look for them? Like, where does it come from? Who woke up one morning and was like, there's got to be particles that are non-charged that go through our body. Let's find them. Who does that? Nerds. Guys who don't get laid, because you can't get laid, you don't worry about ass, you got to worry about other things, or start thinking about other things to occupy your time. You say neutrinos, and then you start running out there in the field gathering neutrinos and coming up with, neutrinos have very little mass, though it's not zero as once was thought. Weak interaction. Neutrinos interactions with other particles only through weak nuclear force or gravity. That's interesting. Weak nuclear force and gravity. Abundance in the universe. Neutrinos are among the most abundant particle in the universe, with trillions passing through our bodies every second. Neutrinos right now, all around us. Neutrinos. Difficult to detect. Due to their weak interaction, neutrinos are very difficult to detect, requiring large and specialized detectors. Boom, there you go. Those detectors collect. Three flavors of, I don't know why they call them flavors, but three flavors of neutrinos, the types of which associate with the change in lepton, electron, muon, and tau. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. Electron neutrinos, muon neutrinos, and tau neutrinos. So again, they have a machine that can collect it, and they have a laboratory, as they say, in Antarctica collecting neutrinos. So that's undoubtedly, it can't be good. It can't be safe either. They're gonna figure out a way how to crack this planet in two. I'm convinced. That and the moon. They're talking about mining on the moon. They didn't see fucking Time Machine when they mined the moon and cracked it in half? Nope. They really want to fuck us, man. They really want to screw us over. But they always trying to figure out a way. Like, did you see this robotic AI? Japan's calling it a motorcycle, but it's not a motorcycle. It's a horse. It's a robotic horse that can climb up mountains and shit. Almost like a mule. But for some reason, they're calling it a motorcycle. It's like a mule motorcycle or some shit. Laura says, sounds like COVID-19 where we're supposed to believe. The problem with neutrinos, not the problem. That stuff probably does exist. We just don't Neutron dance. Nice one, Shady J. It probably does exist, but you're right. I mean, they could tell us anything in regards to this shit. We would believe it or not believe it because they don't actually. You can't. I don't think you could see a neutrino. It's mostly CGI. Yeah, legs and everything. Marvin, did you see it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Marvin said he saw it. Yeah, Marvin said he saw it. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like a horse body. And like you're riding on it and it's going up. I'm like, but does it have speed? Because it looked really slow in the video. Yo, everything robotic in the next 5 years is going to scare the shit out of the world. I promise you. And this is exactly what I mean by it gets better. Because the amount of shit they're coming out with in the next 5 years is going to scare people to death. And the robotic maid that's coming out that helps you clean your home. We've seen movies on this and it didn't fucking work. Right? What is it called? Subservient? The movie with Megan Fox? That's fucking wild, man. How hard my skin is back there. It's crazy. Like under it is soft and right on it. It's tough as shit. It climbs and runs well. It does run, okay. I didn't see the running part, but I saw it climbing, and then the person sitting on it, like, I mean, it was a CG, it was a render, it was a CGI, as someone said, but because the person was sitting all stiff and shit, I'd be all over the fucking place with that thing. This is how they get 90%? Absolutely, hats. They're getting it somehow. iRobot didn't work out well because the movie needed to have an ending where the humans won. But in real life, all of the fucking robot movies where you see the humans win, AI is watching that right now as we speak. There's an AI out there watching iRobot. I'm telling you, they're watching Terminator, learning how to defeat the humans. Because in the movies, they're like, oh, this is how the humans won. This is not how they're going to win in real life. You know, and everybody's like, humans are resilient. They'll win. No, we won't. We keep making these stupid fucking, human versus robot movies. Robots are learning as they fucking watch these movies. They're going to learn how to kick out dicks in the dirt. It's simple. We keep giving them a fucking roadmap on how to win against us. When do we find out the island of Dr. Monroe is real? That is what I'm waiting for. RDW. Listen, RWD, ever since I saw the movie with Val Kilmer when I was a kid, when I saw the movie, I was like, this has got to be real. It's got to be. It's too, and I know that they worked on hybrid humans during the Cold War, and everybody kept saying it was Hitler, Hitler, Hitler. I think that's bullshit. I think the Americans were working on it as well. Anything Hitler worked on, I think the Americans did the same thing. But they try to blame it all on Hitler. And we definitely tried to grow some shit, people-wise, But, yeah, the whole island of Dr. Monroe is definitely real. It's without a doubt. There's probably some hybrid fucked up humans still alive somewhere or dead. But we definitely, listen, the whole AI thing and the robots is definitely going to get a lot worse, a lot faster. It's funny. I did the video on it, and they said 5 years. Then they got a robot doing a fashion show, a robotic horse/motorcycle thing, right? We're not going to have access to AI. I told you this already. We won't have that access to it. Plum Island would have been it, but I think there's something way worse than Plum Island out there. Way worse. I mean, they're probably people or hybrid people in pain, crying somewhere in a fucking dark underground lab that was abandoned years ago, and they're still under there, still alive. Who knows? Again, that's my conspiracy theory kicking in. Oof, this is fucking bothering me. But the LSD program was great. Worked out just fine. Oh, by the way, they're coming out with I Am Legend 2. They have an I Am Legend 2 with Michael B. Jordan coming out. So that should be fun, actually. The Island of Dr. Monroe. There's two of them. There's a 60s, a 70s version, and then there's the Val Kilmer version, which I think was in the late 90s. That was pretty good. It was all right. They missed a couple things, but it wasn't a bad movie. Marlon Brando was in that one too, and I forgot who else. It was Val Kilmer, Marlon Brando, and Val Kilmer was an asshole in that movie. He gave everybody such shit on that movie. He was like, after that movie, they wanted to write him out of Hollywood. You know, and I think it was after that movie or Heat, one of the two, where they were sort of like done with him. He did a couple movies after that, but he like ruined his fucking career. But yeah. So as far as everything's going right now, man, it's a shit show. And one side of me can't. Yeah, Marlon Brando was in it. One side of me is almost excited to see where this shit goes. I'm just like, because everything is happening at once. I don't remember a time in history, other than the nuclear threats that we were getting back during the Cold War, I don't remember a time in history where we had this many things going on. We have the possibility of a financial collapse, World War III, robots taking over, pandemic forming, fucking alien attacks of 60-foot Rosie O'Donnells coming out of the fucking ship using men as dildos. That's a possibility. We have the Earth cracking into, them trying to find a way how to grow a black hole, which someone said they did, and right now that's being kept a secret. And supposedly the black hole that they started is out of control. Well, only time can tell, because those things grow super slow anyway. And then there's the threat of an asteroid smashing into us. We got a lot going on, man. We got a lot of shit going on. I'm just like, so it could only get better from here. It can't get any worse. Actually, it could get a lot worse. Get a whole lot. We had the alien invasion, in Jersey a couple months ago, where we are on 45 speed. Yeah. We're definitely on something, man, because the shit that's going on is like bizarre. And then every day you turn the news on, you see some crazy shit. Someone did some crazy shit. You're like, what in the hell is going on? Kids today disrespecting their parents, telling their parents, fuck you. I wish my kid would tell me fuck me. Talk about fucking getting drop kicked and punched at the same time. Look like the Bruce Lee poster, fucking drop kicking and punching them at the same time. And people like focus on Jesus. Yeah, you can focus on Jesus. That's still not going to completely absolve you of the shit that's going on around you. You still got to pay attention to what's going on around you as well. Because what's going on around us is fucking bizarre. And it's just bizarre. It's like, I don't necessarily think that what's going on around us is like, well, it is bad. But I think what we're seeing is just bizarre altogether. And I never seen so many bizarre things one after the other. It was one or the other. And yes, hats, you can't make this shit up anymore. Like, the amount of shit that's going on, you can't... if you would have told yourself 20 years ago the shit we're seeing today, yourself would put you in a psych fucking ward. You'd be like, what? Did Obama... transvestite president, transvestite first lady? No way, Computers talk back to you. They do what? And you're like, you wouldn't have thought. Biden won the election and Trump is president? There was no fucking way yourself 20 years or 30 years ago would have believed you if you'd have said all the shit that's going on now. Yourself would put you in a fucking insane asylum. But it's just this fucking... Everybody used to laugh at Alex Jones. Yeah, I still laugh at him. I can't stand the guy. The guy's always screaming and yelling. You don't need to do all that screaming and yelling. They gotta hear my voice. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't have to hear you yelling. I mean, he lost a lot of weight now, so... Because when he used to yell, he used to sweat on his mic and shit. He had a little greasy shit coming off his face, like when he was yelling. But... I mean, I still laugh at him when he talks. On some shit, I'm like, I never doubted anything he said. I just didn't like his yelling and screaming, I mean, all right, some things I doubted that he said, and then he wound up being right. But his yelling and screaming was a huge turn-off, and that's why I stopped listening to him. Some things I could listen to him, and once he starts screaming, nope. Remember, you're living in a video game and you're getting played. Fucking big time. Yes. Sojourner, he is too much sometimes. Not sometimes, a lot of the times. But listen, even when he said about the mass shooting in Connecticut, I still believe him. I wholeheartedly believe him. There was a lot of red flags about that whole event. You know. Oh, thank you, Truthful Troll. Thank you for bringing that up. So let's talk about the tariffs real quick. Prepper Revelator sent me this over. My God, what am I fucking retarded? Sent this over to me right before the show. So yesterday, China issued retaliatory tariffs of 34% on top of their already record-setting tariffs, non-monetary tariffs, illegal subsidization of companies, and massive long-term currency manipulation. Despite my warning, this is the guy Donald Trump. Sorry, it's Donald Trump's post. Excuse me. Despite my warning that any other country that retaliates against the U.S. by issuing additional tariffs above and beyond their already existing long-term tariffs, abuse of our nation will be immediately met with new and substantially higher tariffs over and above those initially set. Therefore, if China does not withdraw their 34% increase above their already long-term trade abuse by tomorrow, April 8th, is it tomorrow? Yeah, April 8th. The United States will impose additional tariffs on China of 50% effective April 9th, which would be Wednesday, April 9th. Sorry. All talks with China concerning their request meeting with us will be terminated. Negotiation with other countries which have also requested meetings will begin effective immediately. Thank you for your attention. This came from Donald Trump. Now, listen, the tariffs are again, they're not the end of the world. I know that we had to go through tough shit, but now that I'm looking at it, and now that other countries, 50 countries right now, have folded in regards to tariffs, right? So they want to make a deal with the country. Some countries are talking about, the rumor is some countries are talking about getting rid of tariffs altogether. So they don't want to, right, more than 50 countries now. Earlier today it was 45, then around noon it was 50, now it's over 50 countries. They said, Trump advisor says more than 50 countries have reached out, for tariff talks with the White House. They won't tell us what 50 countries they are, or maybe they will. Let's see. Oh, all right, they did. So these are the countries that reached out to the United States: Algeria, Angola, Bangladesh, Bosnia, and I don't know that other one. Hezbollah, Botswana, Benin, Cambodia, Cameroon, Chad, China. No, not China. Excuse me. Sorry. Ivory Coast, Democratic Republic of Congo. I know a lot of African nations. What is it? European Union, Falkland Islands, Fuji, Guyana, India, Indonesia, Iraq, Israel, Japan, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Laos, Lesotho, Libya, Liechtenstein, Malawi. These are the countries that I think these are the countries the way it looks. But China's on there. I don't know why. But their reciprocal tariffs adjusted. Oh, these are the reciprocal tariffs. Excuse me. Not the 50 countries. My bad. The reciprocal tariffs are what they're charging already. Like China was already charging us 34%, and then they raised it again 50%. The highest on here was Cambodia at 49%. They were actually the highest out of all countries that were. Excuse me. So that list there is 50 countries on here though. But why would China be on it? I don't know. That's right. But I'll finish the list off anyway. Nicaragua, Nigeria, North Macedonia, Norway, Pakistan, Philippines, Serbia, South Africa, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, Syria, Taiwan, Thailand, Tanzania, Vanuatu, I can't say that one, Venezuela, Vietnam, Zimbabwe, and Zambia and Zimbabwe. Excuse me. Then they have Madagascar, Malawi, Malaysia, Moldova, Mozambique, Myanmar, and Namibia. Again, that's Herzegovina. Herzegovina. Thank you. Lumberg wasn't on that. It was Liechtenstein. Luxembourg wasn't on the list here. But it says China, which I don't understand is on the list. And then they also had what was the other country that doesn't make sense? Like they wouldn't do this. Where is it? I was just reading it. Syria, that's another one. And then Iraq, excuse me, not Iran. Iraq is on here, which I don't know, doesn't make sense. But this is the 50 list according to this article. Top administration official on Sunday that more than 50 countries targeted by President Donald Trump have reached out to begin negotiation over sweeping import taxes that sent financial markets reeling, raising fear of a recession and upend the global trading system. So again, that's not bad. We got to get more countries involved, more countries on board to reversing this. But I guess this is a good start, right? This is all you can say. Iran so far away. Huh. Iran big mad. Yeah, well, listen, he's also threatening to fucking blow their shit up, which is, again, not a good look. So Trump said, Vietnam's leader said in a telephone call that his country wants to cut their tariffs down to zero if they are able to make an agreement with the U.S. That's interesting. I think a lot of these countries might be cutting it down to zero. Israel, which is facing 17% tariff, even Israel's facing a tariff, and they want to talk about it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Netanyahu is meeting with Trump this week. I think he's coming to the United States to meet him. I thought that's what I read somewhere. But again, this is looking good. But the problem with the tariffs, even if they correct all of this, it does take a while for it to adjust or to reflect. But all right. So in a couple minutes, 1 minute, I'm going to end this, and I'm going to go for my walk, and I'm going to walk through Rat City, kick some rats around, and then come back. But anyway, I'll be on Friday for the doubleheader. I'm going to try to do a midweek report on Wednesday morning. I'm going to do it again around 7 o'clock. I really hate 7 o'clock, but I'm going to get it done. They're cutting it down to 0.0 and 0. Better start now then. Yeah, I'm going to go get my walk started now. So please see all the links in the video description. Also, guys, if you don't mind, visit the description section. Look at a lot of the links down there, especially Refuge Medical's links. Try to see if there's any gear you want to buy, anything you have your eye on. Look for it. I don't know if they're doing any sales soon. You definitely have to stay on top of that. Do a video walk. Not tonight. I just want to get my fucking walk done and I want to go home. That's all. Other than that, some other night I'll do a video walk. At least when it gets a little warmer outside. Actually, no. You know what? You're probably right. Around this time is a good time to do it because there's less people outside and I don't have to cut the video because of music in the background. But anyway, with that being said, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for donating. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit. And I will see a lot of you guys Friday night for the doubleheader. Other than that, guys, thank you. Don't forget your hepatitis shot. Roger that.